finding their way to their seats, those who really own those seats, as we get set to begin this exciting game.
Look, I don't remember 2004. I can't tell you much about what happened. First Witchcraft album, that happened. That's a band I like. Otherwise, I don't know. It was certainly a year. But one thing I do recall for sure is that football fans actually had choices when it came to football video games. I mean, how crazy is that? There was the Madden series, of course. There was also ESPN NFL 2K5. That I do remember. I'm not just saying that because it's sitting right in front of me. I actually remember that. The fact that this one cost half as much, that I don't remember.
Maddox dumps this one off, and it's caught at the 33, and he's stopped right there.
So in reading up on this game, because that's what I do, I research everything that I've ever said tirelessly, I made a pretty shocking discovery, and that's that this game only sold for $20, like new. And what's crazy about that isn't even necessarily the price. There are lots of cheap games out there, but this isn't a cheap game. ESPN NFL 2K5 has all the pomp and circumstance and pageantry of the Madden games, but at half the freaking price. And most importantly, it has the gameplay too. Like, this is a really fun game of football, and at half the freaking price. Actually, no, you could probably get it for like half a freaking dollar or something. These football games are they're very cheap once they're outdated. You can't even give them away. Like tickets to a Rams game. So, basically, this is just Madden, but with ESPN presentation. And also at a much lower price. I mean, that's it. That's ESPN NFL 2K5. That's the whole game. Unfortunately, I have to keep talking for a few more minutes, so who knows where this is going to end up. But let's start with the presentation, because with a game like this, that's the whole point, to make it feel as close to an ESPN broadcast as possible. And it does, actually, from the personalities, to the catchphrases, to the graphics and the fonts. It's like you're watching the game on ESPN, only you also happen to be playing the game on ESPN, which is literally impossible, and yet here we are. Why don't you suck on that, Einstein? Let's send it to Susie Colbert.
Thank you, Dan. I got a quick word with the trainers. They said he's broken his knee. They're trying to find a brace that will mitigate the pain, but nothing seems to be working. They're listing his return as doubtful.
Thanks, Susie. It's great to see that kind of attention to detail. Clearly, Sega spared no expense when it comes to true NFL realism. Here's Tom Brady on the phone with Giselle, talking about how great his hair looks today. And here's boob physics. And that's the NFL. So it's authentically ESPN, which means males ages 18 to 35 are going to love it. It's also authentically jiggly, which means males ages 18 to 35 are going to love it. But again, the thing that surprised me most about ESPN NFL 2K5 is how well it plays. This game is actually a lot of fun. I did not expect that from some failed football franchise from a decade ago. And yet here we are. We're having fun, throwing bombs, making plays. Now Tom Brady's crying. This game's the best. And it plays every bit as well as the Madden games from the same time period. Or at least I didn't notice any major drawbacks. So it seems like the game is actually what it claims to be, which is a cheaper Madden with an authentic ESPN vibe and presentation. Like, I'm not even a football fan, and I think that's awesome.
Aloha, I'm Chris Berman, and coming up on ESPN, they're one of the most storied franchises in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers. Maybe the most storied franchise. But can this year's version of the green and gold put it all together?
The game has the same kind of modes you'd expect too. Franchise mode, single games, things like that. But it also tries a couple different things too. One lets you actually play out some of the biggest moments in NFL history, which is cool. One lets you design a crib, whatever that is. You unlock curtains in this mode, and the game even tells you it's not about who you are, but rather what you have, which is a great message for kids, from a league known for great messages for kids. But the other mode is actually cool. It's called first-person football, which I expected to be the first-person disaster, but I gotta tell you, it's not that bad. In fact, it's actually kind of cool to see the game from that perspective, right on the field. It's challenging, it feels different. I mean, it's not gonna replace the normal game modes, but it's at least an interesting idea and a fun change of pace. I mean, now you can see what it's like to score.
Yeah, baby, that was so sweet. Check it out.
You know, I think that's the best thing about this game. Not the scoring, the fun change of pace. That's the best part. Scoring's great too. Point is, Madden's the king, but it's been that way for so long that now it's the same game. You know, it feels like it's just going through the motions. And sure, this game's similar to Madden in terms of its gameplay, even its graphics, but at least it did some things differently. You know, at least it was a fun change of pace. And at half the price, too. Only $20 freaking. But it's like 20 freaking cents now. Big thanks to our pal Sean from Port St. Lucie, Florida, presenting us ESPN NFL 2K5, which is just a lot of letters and numbers for the PS2.
Hanks makes the catch out to the left, and he's in for the score.